Hey guys, welcome to Sketchcast episode 4. I'm Crypticink, and today we're going to talk about celebrating your accomplishments. But first, we're going to do a sketchbook video because I finished my last sketchbook yesterday. Yes, yesterday. And I'm sorry that I didn't post a video yesterday. It got pretty busy, but apparently I did have enough time to do a daily sketch as always. So the sketchbook is finished, and today is a Sketchcast, but it's Sunday. Next time it'll be Saturday. Anyways, let's get to it. So I'm really happy about this one because this sketchbook only took me a month, whereas the last one I had started in April, set it down for a little bit, and finished it in October. So this one only took me a month, and I'm really proud of myself because I didn't set it down like I did with the last one. And now I can just move on to a completely new sketchbook. And you can see that first sketch and that last sketchbook on my Instagram, which I'll post in the comments if you're not already following. With this sketchbook, I really wanted to focus more on color. In my last one, I feel like I was getting used to the brush pens, and I was figuring out how I liked to ink and how I liked to use them, and I feel like in this second book you can kind of tell that I'm a little more comfortable with the brush pen, and a lot of you are asking what kind of pen I'm using. It's a mix. Sometimes I use my Faber-Castell brush pen. A lot of the time I'm using the Pilot Pocket brush pen. As usual, not every picture in this book is 100% finished, but sometimes I know when I'm just not going to move forward with the picture, and I just let it go because the next day there's something else that I have to get out, and this is one of my favorites in the book. Yeah. I really want to try out Tombow markers or brush pens. One of the members in Zombie Studios was talking about how she got some new set, and I just want to try them out. She posted some pictures and they're adorable, and I can't wait to maybe get my own eventually. I'm still breaking in the Copic markers that I got for Christmas, so maybe once I learn to use markers a little more efficiently, as far as blending more than 2 or 3 colors goes, I'll invest in some more markers. But I really like them for my sketchbooks. They're I like how they look like watercolor a little bit, and how they kind of blend. I never really use the broad brush side. I just like the brush side. I don't like the broad tip. I don't know. This one I turned into a digital painting, which I might throw up on the screen here. I was pretty darn happy with it, with the final product. It looks a little different than the sketch, but it was pretty cool. I've never really taken a picture from my sketchbook and actually turned it into something finished, and I liked how fast that process was, and I might do that like in later illustrations or whatever. My scanner's not too huge, so they probably wouldn't be massive productions or anything. Yeah, I really wanted to just keep playing with creature design and making cute, goofy looking little monsters. Kind of creepy, but I think they're cute. And again, with all the eyes. So, celebrating accomplishments, I guess what I wanted to say, what was important about celebrating your accomplishments, is that sometimes people forget to stop and appreciate the things they've achieved. And it gets to a point where you just keep working and working and striving towards the goal, and you reach all these little goals, but you kind of sometimes overlook them. And while I do feel like stopping and taking a break every time you finish something is kind of counterproductive, I also feel like when you say you're going to do something, celebrating in little ways, like giving yourself a verbal pat on the back, or just looking back at what you used to make and comparing it to what you do now. Even that is a little celebration in itself. Just telling yourself that you're proud of yourself every once in a while, and that you're happy with where you are is still very good, because you don't want to get burnt out. You don't want to feel like you're not moving forward just because you're not even reminding yourself where you've come from. And I think it's good to look back every once in a while and say, you know, hey, I'm doing pretty good. You know, I'm not what I used to be. I'm just a little bit better, even if it's a teeny tiny amount. If you can notice it, that's all that matters, because that just shows that you're going to be even further in the future. You know, be happy for how far you've come, and you know where you may go. I feel like if you put in the work, you deserve to be happy about what you've done and what you have to show. Oh. And I feel like celebrating your accomplishments is it's like a marker for your little milestones. Of course, you're going to notice when you reach a big goal, you know, like, I don't know, finishing a chapter in a webcomic, or, you know, finishing your first digital painting. Of course, you're going to, you know, celebrate that and give yourself a big sigh of relief when you're done. But, you know, having little goals along the way and recognizing them when you've achieved them is, I think it's paramount. I think it's important to, you know, check them off. Although I'm really big into checklists. I make a checklist for cleaning. I make sub-checklists for cleaning, so maybe I'm not the best person to be giving advice on checklists because I go overboard, but, you know, a mental checklist, if you will, just to say, you know, I'm still moving forward, and just to remember that you're not in the same place that you were yesterday if you're striving to learn and improve. Yeah. With my next sketchbook, I have a Strathmore toned tan book, because my moleskin I accidentally sent to my dad in Florida. And I've been drawing my followers on Instagram, by the way, so if you follow me on Instagram, you do have a chance to get a self-portrait. Anyways, so yeah, my new sketchbook, that for the next daily doodles or whatever, it's Strathmore Tone Tan. It's a little weird because, I mean, I should have known, but it's weird because the marker colors look vastly different than they do on this sketchbook. It's a lot darker, and I have to figure out, you know, what color is going to look right as it does in my eye. But that, I feel like that's going to be more about adjusting the way I see the image to, you know, what the paper is like and what the colors are going to be like when I put them on. It's just a little bit of problem solving. This is my favorite page, by the way. I did this at work. I sketched it in the morning, and I finished it in the morning, but, well, I didn't finish it. I finished the sketch in the morning, but I inked it at work because I didn't have time to finish it. And I finished it that day, but it was really fun because my shop was, well, a couple friends in my shop were debating whether they were trolls or ogres or whatever. I think they're trolls, but it's whatever. They're big toothy dudes with horns. And this is one of my favorite little dudes. I think I might redraw him again. I think he's adorable. He's like, I'm so happy. I don't know. I think he's the cutest one in this book. I don't know what's with these. I don't know why I put these in here. I was actually not very happy with this one. I think I said it in my last video, but I was happy towards the end. I do agree that the white and the colors made it pop a little bit. But sometimes, you know, sometimes you don't like every page in your sketchbook. That's okay. I definitely want to draw more people in my next book. I might focus more on faces and different poses and perspective in my next book, just because I feel like the faces kind of get repetitive in this one. I just kind of do the same 3/4, either facing left or right, and I really want to change that. But I was really focusing on creature design and coloring, just kind of just finishing something on every page. And by the way, I actually got an email from someone who was I guess giving me advice on how to keep my sketchbook. Thank you. I do have a separate sketchbook where I actually practice. This is just my daily, warm up, where I just, want to finish something every day, and I don't know, it's just what I do. It helps me wake up my arm, and I don't know, I really like it. I think it's been a great exercise for me as far as imagining things, and just coming up with stuff on the fly, like when I'm just tired in the morning, and getting me ready to do art, as soon as I have the chance during the workday. But anyways, thank you guys for all your comments. Thank you for your, your feedback and your support and all your interest. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy my videos and the videos in the future. And I can't wait to make more, and I can't wait to show you my next sketchbook. If you want to follow the progress of my sketchbook, you can follow me on Instagram. I'll post a link in the, at the end of the video and in the description section. Next up, I'm going to show my workstation, which really isn't that impressive, but I'm going to clean it first, and then I'll take a video of it. Yeah. Alright, see you guys. Okay, I am back. So this is my workstation. Every time I wake up in the morning, I kind of roll out of bed. I turn this light on here, and it's awesome because it's a little clippy light, and I can move it around the page however I want. And when I need to take reference photos, I can kind of use it to light things and my face and take pictures of, to kind of figure out how lighting works. And I get to stuff it back in the locker when I'm done. Anyways, this is a picture I'm working on. Hello, hello. This is a new sketchbook that I'm going to be working in, just for fun doodles and stuff, like extra dailies for when I launch my Patreon. And my sketchbook. Okay, so up here I have my art books, my tiny little collection. So far my favorite is between Mucha, the Mucha sketchbook, and Anatomy for the Artist. But I do like my spectrums, so I don't know. Hey dragon. Hey dragons. Yeah, I mean, I really don't have much. I mean, I do live in a dorm room, so my workspace is actually pretty small. I have this space where I just kind of do my traditional stuff, and my other space, which I'll show you in a little bit, where I have my tablet and monitor set up. I don't organize frickin' anything. I have a pen case, and you would think that my pens would be organized. As you can see, all my pens are chaos, and I don't know how to organize for crap. The only thing that's organized is this box of Copic markers, and the colors aren't even organized, but the only reason they're all in one place is because they came in a box. If Copic markers, I have big Copic markers. The thing I like to do as kind of a personal tradition is to, whenever I go and get a new sketchbook or something, or supplies at Michael's, I'll pick up 1 or 2 big Copic markers. That's just because I like collecting things, and that's what I collect. This is my big box of markers, mixed with a couple Crayola and Prismacolor and random cheap markers. Honestly, I use anything I can. I'll use a highlighter if I had to, as long as the color I want is available. So yeah, that is my traditional workstation. Oh, I told my mom I'd show my my planner, actually. And here it is, Mom. Hi, Mom. This is my planner for February. And I like to make it cute. I want more stickers and stuff. But, hey, look, a light. That's a lot of light. Yeah, this is how I plan things. I kind of, you know, make plans for my illustrations mostly, and what days I'm going to dedicate working on them after work. And these are my monthly goals. You know, I make goals very specifically. Draw every day, 1 video a week. My goal is to finish 2 illustrations a month, so I wrote that down. Yep. And I want to launch a Patreon soon. Yeah, and I also reminded myself to celebrate. So, there's my traditional workstation. And this is my digital workstation. It's where I spend most of my time after work. This right here is my Huion GT 1900 or something like that. I personally really freaking like it. I think it was really good for I bought it for $4.99 or something like that, almost $500. I remember that, and it's really big. I mean, I've never had a tablet monitor before, but I think it's really nice. It took a while to play with the pressure sensitivity and the pen. I do not like the fact that the pen has to be charged every once in a while, because sometimes it'll like die randomly, and there's no way to tell when it's gonna die. Hello, my vape pens. I broke this crap. I'm so sad about that. My microphone, and yeah, for my digital stuff I use a lot of Paint Tool, and Photoshop. That's pretty much all I use, actually. I use my planning board for when I want to plan an illustration or just have a specific art goal. Pretty much everything artsy I plan out, and the rest of life I kind of float through. But anyways, and all my awesome posters. Anyways, this is my workstation. That's my workstation. And yeah, thanks for watching. You guys have a great weekend. Bye.